Go.
I'm fully dressed.
All right, we are live. It is Thursday night, Tossing Salad Podcast, a fun live. We have our friend Amanda, the ever hopeful gardener, joining us once again. And Amanda, I think we had such a good time the last time we were together playing a little Who Do You Do?
We did.
That I thought, well, why not do it again and ratchet things up by having a wine tasting as we do it too.
Yes, I love this idea, especially since I was able to put some thought into my who would you do questions for you, because you were the one with the board game last time and I had nothing. And so you just had to read some off for yourself. So tonight will be much better. Plus, I come with pictures.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. Hold on. Can you carry the show for a second? Because I just got kicked off of Instagram.
Yes, I can.
And
so as everyone can see, scrolling across the top, because Brian knows how to work technology, we are going to be comparing Bonanza Cabernet Sauvignon with Caymus Cabernet Sauvignon. And I have heard of Caymus. I know it's a bougie wine. It's expensive, but I have never actually tried it. And it's my understanding that Brian and his wife somehow came in possession of a bottle. Kind of feel like you guys might have stolen it since you don't know where you got it. Like you took it from a friend's house or something. You're like, hey, look at this.
I think, to be honest with you, I think it was something that we won at I think this was the mouse races. With you guys being in what, volleyball? And what other sport does your oldest play or something?
She's volleyball, basketball, soccer.
Okay, well, all of those. You have fundraisers for whatever. And we ended up winning a bottle of Caymus a few years ago. And we're like, well, what's a special opportunity to drink Caymus? And we just kind of hold it for something special to happen, which at this point in life, I mean, what is special?
Can we rewind to mice races?
Mouse races, yeah. You haven't had mouse races with one of your events?
You get together and you race mice?
You haven't had this? It's fairly common. I thought maybe it's a Missouri thing.
I feel like PETA would get involved.
Well, no need to get other people upset here on our live.
And you guys put your money on the winning mouse, huh?
So a company, very sketchy company, because they pull up in like a really beat up truck that has no license plates or whatever. And they have mice, and they have a big board on the back that has like 8 tracks, and everybody bets on the mice on which one goes across the finish line or whatever. And then another thing that they have is like the mouse. It's almost like a roulette wheel, and everybody puts money on their number. And then wherever the mouse ends up going on the roulette wheel, they win a bunch of money. I believe it was for our Pee Wee Quebec year, which, I mean, you have to raise, I don't know, $100,000 or something for all of us to go to Quebec for like a week and a half. And all the players stay with like families up there in Canada. They're billeted up there. It's a big global tournament and everything. It was super fun, but it's really expensive. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not a thing, and whoever was in charge has a family member that this is their side hustle, and they told you guys this was normal, but this is not normal.
I could have sworn that, and that was the first time that I've been involved with a mouse race, and we had it a couple different times.
It's not a thing.
Are we on Instagram?
Hold on, I'm also having tech issues. The mouse on my computer just stopped working. Just fantastic.
Because I got kicked off.
Mouse on my computer just stopped working.
So, yeah,
Looks
okay.
like we are.
Because I got kicked off. Because my thing's not even working, so I'm probably not even on my account.
It's on though. It's working.
My thing's not. Is it? Working, so I'm probably not even.
Yeah. You see?
On my account. I see it on your screen there. On mine, it's not. There's nothing coming up. Add to that.
Wait, are you underneath?
But
are you underneath yourself? You won't see it if you're underneath Tossing Salad Podcast.
The window that usually pops up once I log in, once we go live, and then Instagram, you're allowed to go live after you set your streamer thing. So the window that's usually there is nothing's working on it.
Well, Julie just said she's watching on Brian's Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for letting us know. Hopefully audio is good tonight. We've got a really full hour of obnoxious fun. And yes. I think this is going to be kind of neat doing the Caymus. What's the wine called that we're tasting?
Bonanza.
So
which
what
sounds like a clown name.
So where did you get yours?
Well, I followed your instructions and I went to Target and did the buy this many bottles and you get this much off, and there's a wine promo so you get this much off, and use your red card and you get another 5% off. But I will tell you, these cost more in North Carolina than they do in Missouri. Just the price on the shelf.
The price on the shelf here, I believe, was like $19.99.
And here it's like $26.99.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
But I haven't opened it yet. It's not a twist off. So I brought my wine opener.
I did too. I figured we might as well do it together.
But okay, I want to share my first picture. Well, stupid mouse. Hold on. I want to share my first picture of something that happened today that's never happened to me before. I was like, what do I do? What is this about? All right.
Julie, audio has been great. That's good news, Julie.
Thank God.
Especially on my end. Yeah, so $19.99 at Target. And you buy 4, you get your 10% discount. You use your red card, you get another 5% off. And then sometimes there's another discount on there if you go and pick it up or whatever. Every once in a while there's an extra discount. So I ended up getting these. I think the total was for 4 of them just a little over $70. So I'm not sure what that is divided by 4.
Okay. Do you see the picture I just put in there? Do you know what that is?
What is that?
That is like an anti-theft device for wine. And
at your Target?
Nope. So, dun, dun, dun. I went to Total Wine and Beverage today.
Yeah.
And got a bottle of Caymus.
Oh my God. What did you spend for the live?
It was $90. No, $80. It was $80. But look, it has like a low jack on it. So I take it up to the cash register and I'm like thinking she's going to, with clothes, she's just going to take it off.
Yeah.
She gets on the PA and she's like, I'm going to need a bottle of Caymus. Announces it to the entire store so someone can mug me in the parking lot for my Caymus. I'm going to need a 750 milliliter bottle of Caymus, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to sit there and wait for someone to bring it out of the vault.
It's probably fancy ass person checking out. Everybody come take a look.
I was so embarrassed.
So what is your usual bottle of wine that you guys drink around the house? My favorite
cost
wise and everything
is Meiomi Pinot Noir from Costco for $15.99 a bottle. That's about where I want to spend.
So that's not out of the realm of maybe coming in here. So our usual thing is we do the box wines. Usually we can get them for around $17 to $18, and it's like having 4 bottles of wine. So having a Bonanza, so let me just read the back of it real quick. So this is from the same producer that does Caymus.
Oh.
And so on the back says, my parents and I started Caymus Vineyards in 1972. And I mean, a whole bunch of boring stuff on here. But so when we had our Caymus, we saved it for a couple years. And I believe it was the weekend we dropped my oldest off at West Point. And we were like, you know what? This is probably the pinnacle of our lives right now. We'll take the Caymus with us. And then the second we drop them off and she stops crying, we're going to go back to our Airbnb and we'll open up the Caymus. And opened it up, and I was totally set on, because I'm not a wine guy. Like, as far as being able to be, letting it breathe and doing all this stuff and like knowing the difference. I know what I kind of like and I know what I don't. And I was like, I mean, for $100 bottle or whatever they cost, you got yours a little bit cheaper. I was like, I mean, am I going to really appreciate a bottle like this? I like my boxed wines. I had it, and it was so smooth, and it was so good. And I was like, oh, man.
Well, I have to wonder, though, if it was more like, I need a drink so bad after dropping my oldest off and consoling my crying wife that anything would have tasted so smooth and so good.
That's a possibility. But, it was. I drinking it, I was like, it's very, very smooth. I don't like things that are like bitter, sour, anything like that. And I know a lot of things, go into like airing things out and giving it some time to breathe and all that stuff. I don't know, but drinking it, I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I was just like, I can't get attached to this.
No, that's too expensive.
It's too expensive. Well, thanks to TikTok, there's a winery that I ended up following out of, I think, New Jersey. And one of the TikTok, and it's so weird because it was almost shortly after we had our Caymus. And the TikTok was, do you like Caymus, but you don't like the price? Try Bonanza. It's made by the same guy. And I was like, oh my God, I got to go try this. And lo and behold, got it. Wife and I loved it, but it's still a special treat. You have not had it though, right?
No.
Okay.
I went out and got like the 4 bottles back when you first said anything about it. And then I've been kind of waiting for us to do this. And then I was like, you know what? Like, what is even the point? Like, you've had the Caymus, you can compare. But if I haven't had the Caymus to compare, it's just going to be like, okay, that's a good wine. And so I decided I had to have the Caymus.
I was going to say the same thing, but then I'm like, it'd be ridiculous for me to suggest to you to go get Caymus for this.
Yeah, I would have been like, don't be such a dick.
So how are we going to do this? Because I don't know if you need to go Caymus first, get a drink of that, then let everybody know, and then both of us go into the Bonanza.
I think I have to do Caymus first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of wine opener did you bring this evening?
I'm working with an old fashioned.
Oh man, those things used to make me, when I waited tables, those would make me so nervous to have to do that at the table, like on your hip while the people are watching.
Did it break?
No.
Oh.
Here we go. Okay, we're good. All right, but I feel like, should I go ahead and open up the Bonanza and let it breathe?
Yeah, I would go ahead and open up the Bonanza too. Okay. I got to show you as soon as I can get my hands free.
It sounds like you don't decant your wine.
No, I don't. But on a special occasion like tonight, or whenever I do open a bottle of Bonanza, I have another trick that I saw on TikTok that I'm going to show you.
Okay. I feel like Brianna probably decants her wine.
Oh, shoot.
Or she probably had, or her husband probably decants it for her.
Yeah, the thing about using these old-fashioned ones is, like, if you don't know what you're doing, you look really silly.
I also feel like this is my favorite wine glass, so I basically just wash it every night and reuse it, because between my husband and I, there were 4. We've broken all but 1. And I'm going to put the Caymus in the favorite wine glass, so I feel like the Bonanza is automatically not going to taste as good because it's in the lesser glass.
Well, see, the pressure is on right now because I so want you to really love Caymus, because I'm going to feel really bad if you spend all that money and you're like, oh, it sucks.
Well, Are you normally a Cabernet guy?
Yeah, I'm a red for sure, but I'm a Cabernet guy.
So when it comes to red, mine of choice is a Pinot, and then my second is a Cab.
I
So
could do
I
Pinot.
should like it.
Sassy Daffodil, Caymus is lovely. Bonanza is an acceptable, affordable option.
Oh, look at Allison. She's already tried both.
Did she type that with her pinky up as she was typing?
I don't know.
An acceptable, affordable option. Well, it's good that she knows about Bonanza.
Hold on.
I thought it was a little secret.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So she's on YouTube.
All right. So if you guys are watching the live, depending on where you're watching, I'm hosting the live. If you're on YouTube, I can see your comments and then I can post it up on the screen as I see them. And then if you're watching on Instagram, basically, I could see it, but it's really delayed, but I don't have any access to kind of interacting with your comments. So kind of Amanda is in charge of seeing you guys over on Instagram.
Right. Like Julie's over on Instagram. And wait, Julie says she can see Allison's comments. How? It's Brian posting it.
Yeah. So if she's on YouTube, I can put up, so.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's so cool.
So I can, the comments will come up on the show here if you're on YouTube watching. And you can be on YouTube watching either on Amanda's channel or on my channel, because it all comes into StreamYard. And then I could be super fancy and put it up on the screen.
I don't know if I put it on I was too busy like getting my pictures together.
Oh, you don't know if you're streaming to your YouTube?
No, I don't. Hold on.
See, Amanda's going to dive in
and
it's
get it done. It's going to make me put a title in.
So here's the other trick that I have that I saw on TikTok, whether it works or not, but I think it does. So I've been making Amy these little coffee drinks.
Yeah.
And one of the tools that I use to kind of froth things up is, have you seen this?
Yeah.
This little frother.
Mm-hmm.
So the trick, they said on TikTok, is to use your frother. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
And then it airs it out.
Well, yeah. Does it leave your wine tasting a little bit coffee-y?
Well, I mean, I cleaned it.
Yeah, but I feel like coffee's like it just stays.
Look, it's a trick from TikTok. I was just showing you a trick.
All right. I don't know. I think that's not a great one. Oh, okay. Look at that pour. So this is like. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Did you froth it too much?
I inhaled wrong. You know how you swallow wrong? Ugh.
Oh my God. Yeah, Julie says that ain't no smoothie, Brian. I don't think Julie agrees with you.
Yes, Julie, I know that, but it airs it out, and then the bubbles are kind of gone, and then you don't have to kind of wait around for it to breathe. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought it looked kind of cool, and I was like, I'm going to do that because it'll look good on video.
Well, next time you and Amy go to a restaurant for a nice dinner, I dare you to take your wine frother with you and be like,
I'm sure everybody's going to shit. I'll bring this out, and they're like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, you'll be like, I got my ranch in my pocket. I got my wine frother. We're good to go.
So the trick, so you're going to do Caymus first, right?
Yes, I'm going to do it now, yeah.
And you're smelling it. Why don't you walk us through like you're this wine connoisseur?
I'm not, though. Like, I don't decant my wine. But I do like doing a small pour because, like, when you go to an Italian restaurant and they serve you like wine in the little teeny tiny wine glasses and they fill that mother all the way to the brim, something about that, it's just so gross to me. Like, so I like to have a lot of like headroom in my glass and just keep filling it.
Oh, I'm not supposed to froth the wine. Do not froth the wine. Well, see, okay. Hold on. Amanda's taking her sip of Caymus. We're reading her facial expressions.
That's good.
And so what's good about it?
It's like, yeah, it's not acidic. It's not like, it doesn't leave you going, like, you know how some wines, it's like, you can feel it in your back teeth and you're like,
right. It just leaves that kind of sour.
Yeah, I'm not a wine connoisseur, so I don't know what I can't tell you what flavor notes it has, but it just tastes good. It tastes, and it's smooth, and yeah, it's just really good. To me, it's light for a Cabernet.
I absolutely loved it when we had it. And I don't think I'll ever have it again. I mean, I can't imagine spending more than $20 on a bottle.
Well, Allison said she went to an all-inclusive resort where they were serving Caymus as part of like your free drinks. Where is that? I want to go there. I'd be like, fill it up.
Pretty fancy resort.
Yeah.
Where was there was a comment there. I have only had Caymus at a resort where drinks were included. Don't you almost kind of wonder, like maybe they're saying it's Caymus?
And it's Bonanza. Or it's like Menage a Trois Midnight or something, which I do like those. Yep.
Those are good.
You think it costs a certain amount, so you're like, this tastes amazing, but it really doesn't taste amazing.
Amanda's got the Caymus. She's trying that first before we both go into Bonanza. She went specially. It's a beautiful label. She went and got it for our live tonight. And she loves it. I
really like it. I don't want to ever buy another bottle of it, but I don't mind if someone gifts me some. Because I don't want to pay $80 is what I'm saying. It's too cheap. Yeah.
Well, are you going to find a way to reuse that bottle into your garden or something?
No. I don't have that cool like glass cutting thing that you make like drinking.
Oh, you've got to get one of those.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need more dangerous hobbies.
You've got to get and incorporate that into your garden. It was a work-sponsored location, closed now. It was Caymus. Well, it's closed now because they were serving Caymus at the resort to everybody.
Right.
So Bonanza's being poured. I've got mine out already. Mine's been kind of airing out. I've got a very heavy pour. Amy makes fun, she gets really mad at my pours.
Because they're too much?
Because they're too much.
So the Caymus the Bonanza is bubbly. They look like the exact same color.
What about smell?
There's something floating in the Bonanza though.
Fungus gnats from the garden.
Maybe. I can't reach it. Okay.
This is our wine tasting live, is where Amanda's got her 2 fingers in the glass fetching out fungus gnats.
Oh no, it's not as good. Okay. It has a little bit of the in the back, and the Caymus has none of that.
So one of the things we're going to have to kind of rule out then is, did we make the mistake of having you have the $90 bottle of Caymus first, setting the bar so high?
Yeah.
And then in comes Bonanza.
But here's the thing. Well, no. So like I don't think the Bonanza tastes better than my Meiomi. And the Meiomi costs less than the Bonanza.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I do like the Caymus in line with the Meiomi because it's not as sweet as the Meiomi. And if the Caymus did not cost as much, I would buy it again.
How far down would Caymus have to be on sale for you to make it a regular purchase, you think?
$23.
20. Who knows?
If there's a wine that tastes good for $15.99, why would I pay that much more for another wine?
Why don't we do this? Because Bonanza and Caymus are the same vineyard. Why don't you say you love Bonanza also, and it's great. See, this is what's going to get us like the 2 fingers in the glass, Amanda.
Well,
remember when you said that you don't realize what you're doing until you're doing it?
Hold on, stop. Hold on. I can't get it. I don't know what it is. But it's weirding me out.
Is it a gnat?
No, because I'd be like, ooh, protein.
It's probably.
I realize I probably consume so many fungus gnats that I don't even realize, like that just like fly in my mouth.
I know. Yeah. I mean, when you garden and everything, after a while, and especially if you drink a little bit out in the garden with your coffee or your wine, we could be sponsored by Caymus.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah, they'll see this and they'll be like, I like the vibe of this whole live.
Wow. Did you also bring like a palate cleanser? Well, you're not having two different wines. I got to have my snacks when I'm drinking.
No. I made some Chinese food tonight.
Right White before. Cheddar Cheez-Its are the best with red wine.
Although, you know what would be Allison saying Meiomi is a better choice. Well, there you go.
I want to know if Allison thinks Meiomi tastes better than Caymus. I mean, I know you're comparing two different varietals, but like, I'm still curious.
Right. You know, I can go for with our little wine tasting is our charcuterie trays.
Oh, that would be so good. I've got a bunch of Anna. I have a bunch of Anna jams downstairs too.
Anna jams and cheeses.
I just ordered more Anna jams, and I got some that sounded super weird to me, like lime chokeberry. Because I'm like, what is
chokeberry?
I don't even know what a chokeberry is. It's phenomenal. Like literally, you can order what sounds the weirdest on her website, and it's still amazingly delicious.
Yeah, I can definitely go for a nice little charcuterie tray with cheeses.
Why didn't we do that?
Well, we're very last minute.
I know.
When we decide to do things. And I think planning out our Who Do You Do game, there's only so much we can squeeze into an hour. Okay, Amanda?
That's true. So we're keeping it to an hour, huh? Has that ever happened?
Ish.
Julie says that we'll get banned before we get sponsored.
Well, the way you're handling your glass and the wine isn't a good sign.
What does that mean?
Watch the live back later.
Okay, listen.
Highly inappropriate for the live.
I'll just say it right now. You're not allowed to use any screen grabs with my fingers in the wine glass.
Oh, talk about a thumbnail that would. Can you imagine?
No, and I still think. Wait, do you have the thumbnail you can show everybody from our last Who Would You Do?
I do.
Will you put it up?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? I can do it. Just hold on. I'm trying to figure out.
Anna, yeah, you do it. I'll keep talking.
You keep talking.
Julie signed up for Anna's jelly class. I need to do that too. I want to sign up. I don't want to sign up for anything pressure canning because I don't own a pressure canner and I don't want to buy one. I need to stop buying things. But I do want to take Anna's jelly class. And Anna is here on Instagram and she says she really wants to hear the Who Would You Do because she missed that last time.
Oh, it was really good, Anna. Really good. Highly controversial, too.
See, okay, so I didn't think it was controversial. I still don't really understand why it was controversial. Is it because we went political on one of them?
Well, I had a conversation with some friends of ours from another podcast. They had called and wanted to know like what's going on. And the thing is, we're in such a highly charged political environment for the last X amount of years. And really, there's nothing that you can talk about that doesn't get touched by it. So the second that we had this as one of the questions. So literally the question was directly from the game of Who Do You Do, which is a board game that we've had for 20 years, came out in 2002, and we just read off of the cards, the booklet. So it was just ironic that the names that they had matched up are still relevant today.
Trump?
It was Clinton and Trump.
2002, huh?
And I think the only thing I ad-libbed on your choice was I said, Amanda, just pretend you're on the Epstein plane. And you had to choose between Trump or Clinton to do. Who would you do?
Is it the Epstein plane that people had a problem with?
I don't know.
So you're saying that some other of your podcast friends were like saying that you were what? Dipping your toes in controversy?
Well, just you're offending somebody. So if you're a big Clinton person or you're a big Trump person, you're offended. Or maybe you're a big Epstein person and you're offended that people are making fun of his airplane.
No one is a big Epstein person, but okay, hold on. Have they not ever talked to you? Why are they surprised that you're doing something that's like?
No, they talked to me because of the issues that I'm having with Instagram. And so they wanted to kind of find out some more information and then relay some tips for possibly things that I can do in case it's possibly a glitch that I'm having with Instagram or something, but they kind of wanted to know some more information. Yeah. So number one, I just want to show people the thumbnail. I like the thumbnail. I think it's brilliant. You're on an airplane and they have their hands. Oh, you know what I should have done?
What?
So when you have the AI, when I told it to give, like I said, okay, have Clinton put his hand on Amanda on this side and then have Trump put his hand on Amanda on that side. And the AI always has problems with fingers. It gave Trump these pig fingers.
But look at the fingers that are okay. Pig fingers would have been really funny, but look at the fingers that are now. They're almost like bent back or something. Like, why are they so flayed back?
Well, I think of the whole situation, the fingers are the least grossest thing here.
Really?
You get the intent of the photo.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, okay. So now that we're talking about the game, because Brian and I are not just being weirdos. Brian owns a game that I'm pretty sure he and his wife purchased back when they thought they were actually be social and before he realized I don't want to do things with people because I'm pretty sure you and Amy aren't going to sit around and play Who Would You Do, just the two of you.
We have done that though.
Well, I kind of like you guys even more now then. That's amazing.
Have you never played that game with your husband when you guys are let's say out for just dinner for fun?
No.
And you have
I didn't even know it was a game.
You have to pick between his friends and vice versa. Just and then more of who's the cutest of my friends, or if you had to.
Yeah.
And then you don't play. Okay, which one of our couple friends are the best match, and which ones are not. We used to play those games all the time.
No, I mean we do other weird stuff, but we just have never done that. But maybe we will now.
You should.
Yeah, I think so.
It's totally fun. And it's you're being very open with your spouse. If you, of all your friends, just answer this question and we'll get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of all your friends that you have, who would you say your husband would be the most attracted to? Just physically, we're having fun. We're not trying to cause problems or anything. Do you have a friend that is kind of your husband's type?
No. I don't have a friend that is his type because I don't have any redhead friends. But if he had to pick amongst my 5 good friends, oh my God, I do have a redhead friend, but I just don't think he'd pick another redhead besides me. Of my 5 best friends, there's 2 that it would probably be a toss up between.
So if you guys were all in the newlywed game, do you think that you both would have the same name?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's good. And that's fun. It's fun.
But guess what? I just realized he doesn't have any friends that we wouldn't be able to do it the other way.
He has no guy friends that if you had to put a name down and he had to put a name down, there's no way.
No.
Oh. Well, back in the days when we used to play this game, Amy had.
Did she always pick Greg?
Well, you know what? I'll have to remember. I always recall us playing the game with her side, with her friends. And then I don't remember ever talking about my side. I don't know if I blocked that out or what, or just she couldn't pick somebody, but she has a type of her friends back in the day that, and I don't know how this happens, that is just physically kind of my type.
Well, Brian, Allison, who we joke around with a lot, says that she didn't love the reference to the Epstein plane. It's just gross.
Well, look, the card said Clinton and the card said Trump. And it just so happens that 2024 headlines with them being on the plane, I was like, that's perfect. That's a way just to kind of bring everything together from 2002 to 2024.
I don't know. I think maybe you should have put us in Trump Towers. All right.
And that could have worked too.
I have loaded up the first Who Would You Do for Brian. Oh,
okay.
Look, I forgot to paint my other hand. I have loaded up the first Who Would You Do for Brian. And I have kind of a wide genre that we're going to get into. There's a theme for each one. This one is glam.
Okay.
And these pictures are current pictures. So it's who would you do of these two? And it's current like 2024. And I'll state otherwise when we show them if I need to.
And I won't give my answer until maybe you kind of do some prediction. And if you want to kick it out to anybody else that's out there, maybe who they think that I will pick.
Oh, yeah. I would like to know who Anna, Julie, and Allison think you would pick for sure. And I'll share that.
All right. So you want to put it up there?
Okay. Put it up there. All right. Glam. Who would you do? Would you do Courtney or would you do Kim? Well, I wonder,
Courtney or Kim.
I know. What do you guys think? Who's Brian going to pick? I purposefully wanted them to look sort of similar. So you're not choosing between like a blonde and a brunette.
They are similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I mean, if you're talking about, if somebody's strolling down my alley, that would be kind of a look that, okay, Brian's got to look for something like this.
Yeah. I feel like I think Catherine Zeta-Jones was one of the ones you had to pick from last time, and you picked her over like a blonde.
Catherine Zeta-Jones back in when she was in Zorro, that whole late 90s, very early 2000s was peak year for me with her. She was definitely on my top 20 list.
So far, no one has a guess. So let's just tell us on this one. Who would you pick?
Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I think you'd go Kim.
I would go Kim. I do find Kim attractive, but I'm not attracted to her. Does that make any sense?
It does. Yep.
Like, she doesn't do anything for me. And I acknowledge, I'm like, yeah, she's, and I don't know if this is like her naturally looking like this, or if she's had surgeries and all that stuff. But this look, I would say, yeah, I would probably with Kim. Chloe's come a long way.
The comments just came through, and Allison said you pick Kim, and Anna said you would pick Kim.
Where are the comments? Because I don't see the comments, so I wonder.
They're on IG. Everybody's on IG. None of our friends are on YouTube.
So yeah, I would probably do Kim. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. And
I know you'll be honest. I think like Anna probably knows like the question I'm going to ask you. Or I'll give you guys 10 seconds to make a comment. Do you guys know what I'm going to ask Amanda? I'm going to give you 8 seconds now, and then I'm going to ask you.
Some time, and we take a drink. Anna wants to know if we've heard the conspiracy theory that Chloe's dad is O.J. Simpson. Yes, I have heard it. It's because she's so much taller and bigger boned than all the other sisters. I do think she might have a different dad. I don't know who it is, but I do think she does. What about you, Brian?
I agree. I think they've put pictures side by side, and you're like, interesting.
Do you think it's OJ though?
It could be. It could be. The question I was going to ask you is, have you seen Kim's video?
No, the Ray J one. No.
Oh, the fact that you even knew who was in the video.
Well, it's what made her. Like, she was nothing until this video.
Oh, but I don't know if there's a large percentage of people that would know who was in the video with her.
Well, and then he came out with the song. Are you ready for my singing? I hit it, I hit it, I hit it, I hit it first. You remember that song he came out with?
I do remember the song, but knowing she has a video, I think a lot of people know that. Knowing who else was in that video, I think very few people. And I think if you knew who was in it, you've probably seen it.
I have not, but I feel like I grew up. We're the same age. I feel like I was at like when all that was coming out and Paris Hilton was doing like The Simple Life with Nicole Richie. That was all in like the social news, like the the Hollywood news a lot, and you just kept hearing it over and over and over.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, everybody's coming in about the conspiracy theory. Oh, Allison was going to actually pick Courtney as your pick until the Catherine Zeta-Jones thing.
Oh. So I feel like I'm missing out with the Instagram comments, but that's good that you're keeping me abreast.
I'm keeping you abreast. So you were never able to pull it up on your side?
The comments?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, at least we've got, because I'm pretty sure no one's watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Great. That's fine.
Okay, so hold on. Tonight, before we, I just caught myself before I said something that was not great that you could have cut. And before we end the live, I do want to show you a video. Someone remixed one of my Instagram reels today. It's No One I Know, and I got all excited. I was like, oh, someone's like wanting to have fun. And then I watched it. I was like, oh.
Put it up.
Right now?
Yeah, can you?
Yes, hold on. I think so. I mean, I've never tried to share a video before, but I have it all loaded up and everything.
This is why we need a regular producer on here that can do stuff real quick for us while we're just kind of doing our show.
All right.
So while she's working on, you got it up.
I think so.
All right.
I tried to have everything locked.
Dope, taking the banana, just one item. Have me vitamins when I write it. I still got the juice.
I think I got to see that again.
Yeah, do it.
Dope, taking the banana, just one item. Have me vitamins when I write it. I still got the juice.
Who did that?
Culpepper Hemp. I don't know.
So I don't know. Are there a lot of people still doing remixes and stuff?
Nope, not at all.
Like having fun with the Garden content and remixing and being a little edgy?
No, but like, to be fair, I haven't felt super creative lately, and I haven't done any I like doing remixes, and I just haven't thought about doing remixes lately. I need to do some because I really like that, like, fun back and forth. Like, that's the main reason I'm here, but it hasn't been in my head. But maybe now that gardening season is starting to ramp up, more people will do it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of the problem too, is like in the wintertime, so many people are just kind of done.
Yeah.
So when it starts ramping up, you'll have people hopefully start playing a little bit more with your stuff.
Maybe I can get the company or the business that did that remix to send me some products.
Who was who sung that song? That's
Enya?
The rap song after.
I
that was
know.
remixed. That's
you know who that is?
Not Lil Kim. Who's somebody help us. Who was on the song on that remix?
I don't know.
It's a relatively new song.
Allison went, oh, wow.
What do you expect? Is it somebody that you know? Did you say?
No, I don't know this person. I've never heard of this.
Never heard of that person who remixed or whatever. Just out of the blue remixed one of your videos?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not upset about it, but I just was like, oh, let's see what someone did.
That's
and
fine.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, weed. Okay.
What, do you want to go back and forth? Like, I can ask you some guys.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Who would you, by the way, who would you have picked between those two, between Kim and Courtney?
Courtney.
Oh, you would have picked Courtney?
Yeah.
Of all this, like all the sisters, do you think, like, you got Kendall, right? Kendall's
I don't like the
billionaire.
Jenners. I don't like the Jenners.
Oh.
No, I like Courtney because she's really sassy, but she's also like healthy eating and environmental. Like, I'm a woman. I take more into account than just like the visual. It's like the whole package.
I'm all into the visual.
Yeah, to me, it's more than just that.
But in a game like this, I can be all into the visuals.
I'm sure you can.
All right, so I'm pulling out straight from the game. So 2002, just to remind everybody, and these are guys that they have paired up together, and I'll just show you real quick. I mean, a whole bunch. There's probably 8 pages worth of So let's see. I'm going to run. Can I run through just a few names since I have this open?
Sure. And then, but tell me when you want me to actually answer.
Okay. Well, one by one. Billy Bob Thornton or Garth Brooks? This is a good matchup.
Oh, one's skinny, one's not skinny.
Are we going to say prime Billy Bob and prime Garth?
Did either of them have a prime? Okay.
90s. 90s are prime for both.
Prime Garth. He might sing to me, and Billy Bob will probably light up a cigarette. Blech.
So I think you would have picked Garth. Yeah. Mike Tyson or Michael Jackson?
That's horrible. Anna said she thought I would pick Garth, or maybe she would pick Garth. I mean, of course, it's got to be Mike Tyson. I mean, it has to be.
That's a tough one, and I would have picked Mike Tyson for you.
Well, it has to be. Like, I don't think physically it would have worked.
You would have found. Why wouldn't it work physically?
I'm pretty sure he's not attracted to older women.
But now you're reading too much into the other. It's who you would do.
Well, okay, Mike Tyson. Okay.
I would have picked Mike Tyson for you. Let me do one more, and then you give me another one. This is a good one. Boy George or Pee Wee Herman? Who would you do? Boy George or Pee Wee Herman?
Boy
George?
Yeah.
I think you would have gone Pee Wee. I would have thought you would have gone Pee Wee.
He's such like a dweeb. Like, is it like a, I don't know, like the voice. Oh my God, the voice.
Like, you want him to do the voice or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's like, no.
All right, so Amanda's going Boy George on. Okay, so here's the next one that Amanda's given to me.
Yep. Okay, Friends era. Monica or Rachel?
This is a good one. Do you know I didn't watch Friends when it first came out? Like, I've only watched some reruns. Nothing against the show at all.
It was such a huge cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Phenomenon. How could you not watch it? What were you watching instead?
Amy loves it. I think both my boys have gone back and watched it or whatever. I think at the time I was into Dawson's Creek or something. I don't know.
One Tree Hill or something. Okay, hold on. Before you answer, I want to give people a chance to say who they think you would pick. I already know who I think you would pick. Hold on. I gotta shut the door. Hold on.
Yeah. Which I'm wondering, if she's got to shut the door, what are the other pictures going to be? There's supposed to be some good pictures.
It's a miracle I haven't spilled anything over here. I'm like up against a wall with like the world's tiniest desk. Okay. So I feel like you've got a type. I already know what your type is.
Now, do you know, so knowing my type that you think it is, did you know that prior to doing these, or did you have that knowledge as you were making these?
Oh, I garnered my knowledge of your type from the first time we played this, and you only got like 2 questions, but I was like, okay, he's got a type based on how you answered like the 2 scenarios. And interesting, Anna says Monica and Julie says Rachel. Duh.
I do physically find both of them attractive.
I'm going Monica.
And I will default to my type. And especially mid to late 90s, I would have gone with Courtney Cox, Monica. Absolutely my type physically. Mm-hmm. Absolutely my type.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay, the whole world except Brian would choose Rachel.
I think Rachel, I mean, who's the actress?
Jennifer
Aniston. Very attractive woman. I like her a lot. But when you have a type, I have a type.
I know. And you know what's amazing? Like, have you watched The Morning Show with Jennifer Aniston?
I don't. We don't have the Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, they're too expensive now. We got rid of it. But Jennifer Aniston, she still looks really good. So, like, she's either done very minimal or nothing, or has a really good doctor. Courtney Cox ruined her face with procedures. It's crazy.
It's a weird, you know, we could probably, I don't know if that would be a mean show or something, but just there's people that have been in the spotlight that they have this drive to want to, especially if they're known for their looks. Mm-hmm. I don't think they can just kind of sit by. I think they feel like they have to be active in getting something done. And yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Courtney Cox looks completely different. Meg Ryan, this doesn't really apply, but like I saw the video of Madonna the other night at her concert dancing, and I was like, I love Madonna. I mean, I love all this. I mean, all the songs and everything, and I love the whole attitude. I'm like, but that was like 80s and 90s. I was like, just, and then she's still trying to do the exact same Madonna in 2024, and I'm like, just let it go. Just transition to being like the statesman.
Yeah, just be a grandma. Just be a grandma.
Like I think Dolly's doing it great. I don't know if you're a Dolly fan or whatever,
I'm a big Dolly fan. She's doing it great. Betty White did it great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Madonna was in her outfit, and she's up there, I mean, just grinding away, and I'm like, oh man.
I'm ready for my next one.
Your next glass or your next matchup?
My matchup. Make it a good one.
Let's see here. The next matchup. This is a good one. Barry Manilow or Elton John? Got to pick one. Who would Amanda do? Barry Manilow or Elton John?
Okay, you know what's so bad, Brian? I'm having to look up a picture of Barry Manilow.
Stop.
I mean, I know what he looks like, but like, okay, when? How old?
Peak. Don't look now.
Yeah, now is scary. Okay, I'm looking at peak. Ooh, who was the other person?
Elton John.
Peak?
You got to do one or the other.
But Elton John peak?
However it would convince you to do Elton John, and however it would convince you to do Barry. I would give you not just peak, I'll just give you their entire lifespan. If you can find, you had to choose one or the other.
All right, hold on. I want to see if people are coming through with answers. Also, I think I found a picture of Elton John when he was younger, but like now I'm not so sure it's actually him. And I'm trying to like figure out how to get it up on the screen, and I'm going to do it. It's just going to take me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's no way this is actually Elton John. Hold on.
Elton John was very attractive, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Is that actually him?
Yeah.
Okay, I pick it prime. I pick Elton.
That's is that like late? Is that 70s Elton or early 80s?
Dude, I don't know. I just know that when I looked at pictures of Barry Manilow, I was like, oh, that's not okay.
That's Elton, right, guys?
Or like, was there a movie made about him? Is that like Chris Pine being?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it says Chris Roberts at the bottom. Is that somebody playing Elton John?
Oh man, darn it. Probably. I still think I'd go Elton. Like Barry was so like tiny. Yeah, I'm gonna go Elton.
All right, she's going Elton.
Oh, and Anna said young Elton for sure. And Kira said Madonna will never. I don't know what that means. Madonna will never.
Yeah, Madonna will never
like
take on the elder statesman role.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. All right, I've got your next one ready. Hold on.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this one is under the category. So we've done glam and we've done friends. Now we're doing foodie.
Foodie. Paula Deen. And you're going to have to help me with the other one.
Oh my God. Ina Garten. I have every single cookbook she's ever had. She's so fabulous. She's all about like, let's make cocktails and have fun and eat. And like, she gave an interview. Oh my God. Someone was interviewing and she like on TV and they said something about how someone criticized her. And she goes, well, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. I'm just having fun. Like on TV. I was like, preach. I love you.
So I know a little bit more about Paula.
She likes butter.
I know. I've heard of her, and I do follow a lot of the foodie chefs and everything. It's just she's just one that I haven't followed much of.
Oh my gosh, I might have to send you one of her cookbooks. Her food is amazing.
I would have to probably go Paula if I'm choosing between the two. Who would you have thought? I forgot to ask you. Who would you think?
I mean, Paula looks like Mrs. Claus. Really? Okay. I mean, I thought Ina was in your wheelhouse with the brunette hair.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a wide definition of my wheelhouse, but.
I would never have guessed Paula, ever in a million years. And Allison wants to know if Barry Manilow and Rod Stewart are the same person.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Rod Stewart would have been a good one. He's such a wee little man.
Who was I asking you the last time we played if somebody was alive? Like I forgot.
I don't even know.
I thought it was Rod.
Yeah, it's from 2002, so probably a lot of people in there are dead.
I thought it was. Who was that? Oh, Mick Jagger and Sting, and I think I asked you if Sting was alive.
Yeah, Sting's still alive.
Right. Yeah.
And anyone that wouldn't pick Sting, I don't know what they're thinking. Like Sting, all the way. Sting.
All right. I have. Let's see here. So many to really pick from.
You didn't like sit down ahead of time and highlight which ones you wanted to do. Like you didn't even read through it. Like you're literally just opening it up and going,
Definitely putting me on the spot there.
I mean, Brian, I put together pictures from the same time period. Like I had to Google like Friends era Courtney Cox, Friends era Jennifer Aniston.
And you went and bought Caymus too. All for our little live.
Yeah, I'm really committed.
You would think that I would have put in a little extra effort on here. Okay, here's one. Christian Slater.
Ooh.
A name you haven't heard in a while, but again, this game is from 2002. Christian Slater or Leo?
Ooh. I have ooh.
Do you like Christian Slater?
Okay. I'm going to take this from Christian Slater, Bed of Roses.
Okay.
You know that movie?
Yeah.
And Leo, Titanic.
Titanic, Leo. Okay.
Okay. And
see, Amanda's getting a little excited about this.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually good. I mean, everyone you've given me has been like, ugh.
What,
and this one is like, because I've been giving you some like choice ones, like.
I'm trying to find ones that are kind of just hard, but okay.
Okay. So Danielle says I would pick Leo, and Allison says I would pick Slater, and Julie says Leo all the way.
I'm thinking the fact when I said Christian Slater and there was something that went off on you that I could tell. And as much as I love Leo, I think you would pick Christian just from your reaction when I said his name.
You're correct. It's Christian Slater because Leo is too tiny. He's like a tiny person. He's like thin.
Christian Slater's not?
Christian Slater is more well-rounded in his physique. And Leo seems spindly. And I don't like super, super tiny, like twig men.
Well, there you go, guys. She doesn't like twig men. Can I give you one more before you give me the next one?
Sure.
All right. This one here, between two comics.
Oh, okay.
Legendary comics. Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock? Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock? I have a feeling I know who you would pick.
Well, I'm impressed. I don't know who I would pick.
I think one's a very attractive man. Still, really.
Yeah, but I really like. Danielle says Eddie. I like Chris Rock's voice. I like the way he enunciates certain words and it makes it funnier.
And that factors into who you would do? So Pee Wee Herman's voice is a turnoff in this scenario. Chris Rock and the way he enunciates.
Unless you can guarantee that like the person is not going to say a thing, then yes, their voice comes into play. But Eddie Murphy has a great voice too. But Chris Rock's voice is so funny. Okay, Eddie Murphy.
I would have picked that Eddie Murphy for you.
Oh, and Kira goes, by your own logic, isn't Chris Rock a little twiggy for you?
And Chris Rock's kind of a thin guy. Can you, I mean, like Eddie Murphy could break out the donkey voice for you.
But I also like feel bad for Chris for getting punched in the face. Like
he got slapped.
Oh, did he get slapped or punched?
He got slapped.
Oh, I felt like it was an aggressive slap then.
So because we've brought that up, I'm curious. What do you think he should have done something?
No, I think he handled it perfectly. And then he's been using it in his comedy routine since. Right. And that's like the ultimate payback because like no one will ever forget it. And Will Smith will never die it down.
But so here's the question. And this is a lot of guys, we stress over this. Okay. I don't know, maybe you've had this conversation with your husband before to where if let's say you're out and about in public and your man defending your honor, and there are countless TV shows, movies or whatever where it turns out like, like, don't get into a fight, but then the female in the movie or whatever is like, oh, it's kind of a turn on that you got in a fight in my honor, you kicked somebody's ass or something. Do you think that kind of, with Chris doing it the way he did, which I agree with you from a business standpoint and in the long run was the right way to do it? But do you think that just from like a man's point of view, like he totally got, and I don't know if is not emasculated, but where you just, like his kids saw that. He got totally punked out by Will Smith. And his kids, who I don't know, who's he married to? I don't know who he's married to.
Okay, after Will hit him, did Will immediately just turn around and walk away, or did Will just stand there? I don't remember.
Will bitch slapped him and turned away and walked off, and nothing happened.
What was Chris Rock supposed to do? Like hit him on his back? Like that looks even sissier than not doing anything.
But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, what could he have done? Yeah.
I do, but I don't feel like so I actually think he was too shocked to do anything. He was paralyzed by just shock. Like we're at a fancy award dinner, we're wearing tuxedos, and this guy climbs on stage and assaults me. But also, like, I think his response was the correct response for that venue. If you're on the street, you go run after the guy, you grab him, you shove him, like you do whatever. But like in that scenario, I do think he had the correct response. And even as like a female or a child, I'm like, my dad, my husband did the right thing.
I think that's the right answer, but I think there is there's a burning psychological thing within you that if you saw your husband get slapped like that and he did nothing, or if that's your dad and he did nothing.
He did nothing wouldn't bother me, but I would jump up and hit Will Smith because I'd be like, don't touch my husband or my dad.
See, I I wasn't sure of who Chris rolled with. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt at first that he didn't do anything because he wouldn't have to, that something would end up taking care of itself later on.
Yeah.
And I guess it hasn't, or maybe this is a long-term play and something happens later on. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't sure if Chris rolls with certain people or not that would take care of it later on. And if that's the case, I can totally see from a business perspective, you let Will Smith do that, okay. And one of these random days a few years later, something happens, you know?
All right. So Anna says Brian would throw down because of your hockey background. And Allison writes, Chris handled it with class. He wasn't defending a woman. And Allison also writes, Will did not defend a woman the way I would want him to defend a woman. Also, I don't even think what Chris said was that bad. Like, I just don't even think like it was like worth.
No, it was a throwaway. Just yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for your next one?
Yeah.
This one's theme is 90210.
Okay. 90210. Oh, okay.
Brenda or Kelly? I mean, I think everybody knows which way you're going to go. I need to give you like 2 blondes or 2 redheads or 2 white-haired women. Like,
so this is peak when this is just a time in my life to where I'm like, I had traction and crushes on a lot of these women. So, Jenny Garth, right on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Shannon Doherty. And you're saying 90210. And I also watched Shannon on Charmed.
Oh, I like that show too.
And I love that show.
Yeah. Piper was my favorite.
Does it break your heart that they all hate each other? Well, they all hate Alyssa.
Alyssa seems annoying.
But does it not, like, it bothers me that they're all not like real sisters. Like they all like trash Alyssa. I mean, it kind of had gone back and forth or whatever, but they all just don't like her.
Yeah, I can see that. She seems annoying.
Oh man.
No one's chiming in on who they think you would do, because I feel like this one is so easy. Like I picked these thinking you might have a type, but not positive, but like you have solidified the type in this game. So
yes, I have solidified the type.
Yeah.
Shannon Doherty does brush up against that type, I will say. She's not completely in there to where it's just as a knockdown easy decision for me. I'm going to assume that you're saying I'm going to pick Shannon, right?
Well, Anna says you're going to pick Shannon. And yeah, now that I know for sure, yeah, I think Shannon.
I think I would pick Shannon, but in this particular case, it's a much harder decision for me. Because I'd be like,
because of the way Jenny Garth is apparently hanging out on the carpet.
Jenny, I think she's super cute, and Shannon, for whatever reason it is, and maybe it's because I'm an Alyssa fan. Maybe this is where we have this divide. Oh. Shannon brushes against that type of mine. I'm going to give her the ever slight edge, but Jenny I wouldn't be upset either way.
I actually have no idea how you answered that.
So I would pick Shannon.
Okay. Why? Because she's dirtier?
Just because it's closer to my type, but I do find Jenny extremely attractive.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. I feel like I'm saving the one I'm most excited for the very end. And I've got 1, 2, I only have 3 more left.
I look at some of these matchups that they have for you. I'm just going to throw out this name. I don't even want your answer because it's not, I don't think you'd have fun with this one, but it's like Mo Howard or Larry Fine.
I don't know who either of those people are.
You don't know Mo and Larry?
Are you
and their brother
these
Curly?
Three Stooges?
Yeah.
Well, who knows no one knows their last name.
Isn't Anna a big Three Stooges fan, or am I mixing this up?
Oh, I know who okay, I just looked up pictures.
Mo Howard or Larry Fine? I was just going to throw out that name because I thought it was funny.
Larry Fine.
Okay.
Because he looks like fun, and Mo looks very angry.
Well, okay, so here's one that's a good peak one for you. Although I seem to think that you have an issue with people that seem to be dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because a few times we're like, they seem like a dirty person.
Oh, I feel like I haven't commented on dirty. I've commented on stick thin and annoying.
Our last one we did. I think Mick Jagger, and there was another one. You're like, yeah, he just seems like they would be dirty. Like they.
Yeah. Okay, I have said that. Yeah.
But this one here, I think would be a good one. This would be a tough one for me if I had to choose between these two guys.
Okay, go.
Peak Johnny Depp or peak Jon Bon Jovi? Is this a good one or no?
This is a really good one.
Okay, good.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
I felt bad because I think you were coming down on me for picking.
Yeah, I'm liking like where it's hard to choose because they're both attractive, as opposed to it's hard to choose because they're both
as opposed
awful.
To somebody from the Three Stooges.
Right. Okay, wait. Who's the other one? Peak Jon Bon Jovi.
Peak Johnny Depp. So we're talking. I mean, I think
21
90s. 21 Jump Street was late 80s. So yeah, extremely young Johnny Depp. Or what's the mid 90s gangster movie he was in? I thought he was really good in that. I thought he looked good in that.
A mid 90s gangster movie. I'm
sure somebody remember. Yeah, it's him and Al Pacino. Donnie Brasco.
Oh, I never saw that movie.
Oh, okay, that's such a good movie.
Can you put up the picture I just put up? I mean,
that's
please.
Good.
Yes, please. Please and thank you. Yes, please.
That I acknowledge. All
right. So Anna has to sign off. She says goodbye, and Danielle says Johnny Depp for sure. Yeah, look at that. I mean, oh, don't you just want to like pinch those cheeks?
Yeah, but I mean, Jon Bon Jovi. I mean, that's.
Nope. I mean, he could sing me a song. I think Jon Bon Jovi sang "On a Bed of Roses" for Christian Slater's movie. Didn't he?
Oh, did he? That I don't know. That's.
I want to lay you down on a bed of roses. Right? Pretty sure that's a Jon Bon Jovi song.
That is a Jon Bon Jovi song.
Yeah.
That was for a Christian Slater movie?
The Bed of Roses movie, where Christian Slater was like a forest or something with roses.
Well, so you're saying it's Johnny Depp then?
It's Johnny Depp. Okay. I mean, come on. That's like...
Not as a pirate, but as a kind of clean cut Johnny Depp.
Okay, so I know I'm like anti-dirty.
Oh, boy.
But Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean is so dirty. But I would say, yes, please. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. This is funny to me because I feel like you brought this person up earlier. And I'm like, oh, don't ruin my, who would you do?
Ooh, who did I bring up? All right.
Cyndi Lauper, 2024, or Madonna, 2024?
Now you're saying 2024 as in that's where you got the pictures, or you're saying this is what I'm picking from?
Well, I Googled like images of them in 2024, and this is what came up. Whether or not it's accurate, I can't say. It's the internet's fault, but this is what came up.
But you're telling me I'm picking from them now?
Yeah, like right here. This.
Not Madonna from like a Prayer.
No. Don't put the horse in front of the cart. No, don't put the cart in front of the horse. Just do this.
Man. I feel like I'm in your shoes now. Now I know what you were talking about with some of the options that you had. I'll go, you know what? I'll go with Madonna. This is who you would do. And we're here to have fun. And maybe she's like, you know what, Brian? I know that you do box wine. Usually I have a whole case of Caymus in the bedroom. Don't worry. Don't worry about paying me back.
Okay. Don't you think it's odd how she has no eyebrows anymore? Like, where did her eyebrows go? Did she shave them off? Why are they not there?
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on. All right, hold on. All right. I get to do another one real quick. That goes on. It's like adjacent to what we just did.
Bonzo is saying, I hate wine snobs. I'm getting vanilla flavors with aromatic lemon. Bonzo, are you doing Bonanza? Are you doing Caymus? Are you doing something else?
Lemon seems like an odd aromatic for a red wine. Seems more of a white wine, like flavor note, right?
Amy's a white wine person. So that's our issue is if we're doing one bottle somewhere, one of us has to
suck it up.
So I don't know what Bonzo is drinking.
Is he? But hold on. Is he calling us wine snobs?
Oh, I don't know.
Because like
Bonzo, are we the wine snobs? Let us know.
I feel like we're like not wine snobs because I couldn't even tell you a single flavor note of what I'm drinking. Like, don't people sometimes say like chocolate, cherry, vanilla, coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what else? People say like it has a good, and this drives me insane. Like it's like another M word I don't like. They call it a mouth feel. Have you heard that? A mouth feel?
What are the other words that you used to have issues with, just in general? It was another M word.
Damn.
Moist. Right?
No comment.
It gave you the heebie-jeebies.
I think mouthfeel is weird. And when someone describes something on the back of a bottle or a beer that talks about mouthfeel, I automatically don't order it. Like, but actually mouthfeel is probably good for that. Like in the back of your mouth when the wine is like, that's probably the scientific term for it. Okay. I put up the adjacent question for the one we just did for you.
All right, let me get to that. Dwayne, who was my guest on the show a couple weeks ago, says, I'll take bourbon for 500, Brian.
Dwayne is the photographer that didn't love your intro, right?
Yeah, Dwayne's the one that was like, yeah, we need to work on that intro. And
Dwayne is super cool. I loved listening to that podcast.
By the way, Dwayne, the main star of that audio of that song is Amanda. Like, let me see here. Hold on. Can everybody hear that? Toss it up. Toss it up. That's Amanda. Toss it up. The Tossing Salad Podcast. I mean, people hate it. Mm-hmm. Look, I don't have a budget to do it. Although, my buddy from the last episode, Greg, said that he's actually going to try to he's been working on the drums to give me a new intro.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. So, okay, real quick aside, and then we got to get to the adjacent.
Right here. Yep.
What you do. But I really like Greg, and I think he's a great counterpoint to you. And like, I'm super excited to see what you guys do.
If we can get stuff together, we're having fun, putting ideas out there. It's almost hard, there's so many things you can do. Mm-hmm. All right, so Amanda's got another one here for me.
So you kept saying like not like a virgin. I want to be like, no, just wait, because I've got these are both 1985 photos of Cindy and Madonna.
1985 Cyndi Lauper, 1985 Madonna.
Yep.
And I just made the comment, is it like a prayer Madonna that I get to pick from? And you're like, no, it had to be 2024 Madonna. Mm-hmm. And being a trooper that I was, I picked Madonna. This here is an easy one for me. It's Madonna.
Yeah, she's definitely cuter in this one. Yeah.
I think Madonna and I would just connect well.
Really? Like you think your personality and her personality would jive?
Yeah. I know that seems strange.
What about your personality do you think she would like?
Oh, she'd like all of it.
Huh.
We would be cut off from just everything for like a week, and it'd just be us drinking nothing but Caymus and just having a good time.
Okay.
I like Cindy. I like Cindy a lot, but if the game is who would you do, and it's right here and these are the options, it'd be Madonna right here. No
Dwayne says 85 Madonna is a much better model than the 2024 edition. And Dwayne,
Amanda made it hard.
Dwayne, I don't know why she got rid of her eyebrows. It's a bad look.
Well, we don't know if that was a choice. It might have just been something that just happened because of all the other stuff going on. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, I know you don't know makeup, Brian, but like you can put eyebrows on yourself as a woman. Like there's a way to do it.
You're talking to a guy that grew up in Baldwin Park, California, Southern California. All the ladies had their eyebrows shaved and they use a marker for their eyebrows.
That's amazing.
So I'm used to that.
That's amazing. Oh, I feel like so recently you showed a picture of like you and Greg when you guys were in college.
Yeah.
I feel like we need some more vintage Brian photography, like photos to just like be like, oh my God, that was Brian in high school. Oh, look at Brian.
Yeah, I've got there's a whole bunch. Like all of my friends are always, they're scared, but they're also like, oh, that's cool that Brian has our photos.
Mm-hmm.
I got photos of everybody.
Well, I think we don't care about everybody. We just want to see like your black and gold.
Very compromising positions too. So everybody's like, that's why everybody tries to be very nice to me too, because they're like, I don't know what kind of photos they have, or the photos that Brian still has of us. But at college, Brian, I had long hair, I had highlights in my hair. Oh yeah.
Who told you highlights were a good idea?
That was my senior year of high school and the first couple of years of college at Mizzou. Had highlights. I had frosted tips at one point.
Who was
long hair?
You were going to the beauty salon, or you were putting like sun in your bathroom?
No, well, I mean, the restaurant that I worked at my senior year in high school, one of the guys that was a waiter he's a hairstylist also. So he was kind of in charge. He was like, I need to fix you up a little bit. So it was a very kind of a George Michael kind of a look, but like late 90s.
I want to know where it happened. Where did the actual hair processing happen? In the restaurant?
No. I would go to, well, I know this sounds bad. I would go to his apartment. And he would do my hair there. Did
he serve you wine too while you were getting your hair done?
I don't remember a lot of what happened.
Some Boys to Men.
He was very much friends. Like these were all the college kids that took us high school kids. There was a few of us under the wings, and we grew up a lot and experienced a lot.
He groomed you?
He groomed us as well as all the other college kids that were there. Like we grew up a lot and experienced a lot, and had just awakened to a bigger world than what Cape Girardeau, Missouri was at the time.
Yeah. Frosted tips, huh?
I thought I looked good.
All right, give me one, and then I have like the coup de grace to finish your question round.
Okay. I've got I just had it here. Thought that was a good one. The funny thing about this booklet is just the matchups they have. Here's another matchup. I'm not giving you this one. It's just another, I think, an interesting matchup. O.J. Simpson or Charles Manson.
Oh my God. Okay.
You know, I think that's a good one.
Okay. I feel like I wish I knew what the female ones were in the book, because like I feel like I couldn't come up with ones on the level of the male ones the book is coming up with. Like these are like hard.
And I agree with you. The male ones seem to be kind of like freakish, like really bad decisions.
Yeah.
And I'm looking on the ones for the ladies, and it's like Kate Winslet and Kirsten Dunst. And I'm like, I mean, that's good.
Really dig deep there. That's one's going to be so hard to pick.
Carmen Electra or Pamela Anderson, Janet Jackson or Shania Twain. I mean, it's great for guys to play in this one. And for the ladies, you guys get Archie Bunker or Ralph Cramden.
Jesus. All right. Well, give me one that you actually
this is a good one. I found a good one for you. This will be my last one to you. This is a good one. All right. Prime Mark Wahlberg. We heard that, Amanda. Your little
Interesting.
And Mark Wahlberg could be prime now.
Interesting.
I think you appreciate a good maintained body, being an athlete yourself, right? You played in college. You're an athlete. You didn't play in college? I
like athletics, but I didn't get to play in college.
What I thought you were like or was that in high school? You were were you a runner or something?
I was lots of things. Yeah.
Okay.
I was a runner. I was basketball. I was softball. I was cross country. I was track.
Okay. Well, I think you appreciate a nice body.
I appreciate someone who appreciates a nice body in themselves.
Okay. Mark Wahlberg or Matthew McConaughey? Well, she almost spit out her either Bonanza or her Caymus.
Oh, I've only been drinking the Caymus. Husband's going to get to have. I'm going to give the Bonanza to him. Oh, Brian. Okay, I feel like
Matthew McConaughey without his shirt on, very famous for just walking around without a shirt. So is Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, I'm pulling it.
This is good that the last one is a good pairing for you.
Hold on, I'm pulling up pictures. I just feel like, I of course know what they look like, but geez, it's like,
and then the other pairing, it's like Chris Farley or John Belushi. I mean, it's totally just a little more fun for me to play of the names paired up in the game. And again, 2002. So that's why some of these names you haven't heard in a while.
All right. So this is so hard. And like, what's weird is I apparently seem to be taking it like it's actually going to happen serious.
Well, that's how we're playing. We're playing that's as soon as you get done with the live, they're waiting on you.
Right. Okay. So here's some comments we've got. So Danielle from Garten Gardening says Mark, and Allison says Mark, and Danielle says still Mark, and Julie says all right.
All right. Yep.
Okay. Do you know my favorite line that Matthew McConaughey ever has in any movie? It's apropos.
What is it?
Have you seen Dazed and Confused?
I haven't. I know. I know.
It's like one of his earliest movies, and he's like,
I need to.
He's so sexy in it, and he's like so cool, and he's like, love them redheads, and I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? Did you spill your wine?
No, it's the chair.
Oh.
So as the show goes on, I'm sinking down. All right.
Okay.
Well, then it just seems obvious it's going to be one over the other.
Yeah, it's so everyone guessed. I would guess Mark, and it is Matthew. Matthew.
I think with that comment you just said, I think yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am gonna pull up your last one, which has me giggling so hard. I feel like this is my best work. It's amazing. Okay, hold on. Can I ask you really quickly before I put this up? Do you mind like saying which way you lean politically? Like if you had to pick instead of in the middle, do you lean left or right?
It depends on I guess an issue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I know not to sound totally like annoying or whatever. Looking at that way is very binary way of looking at it. And I don't fall into that.
So are there not like, okay, I lean right for this, I lean left for this. Are there not more in the left pile than the right pile? Like
it depends on what we're talking about. Right.
Okay. I get that you don't want to answer.
I would love to answer. I mean, I'm not afraid of answering anything.
Because like, okay, here we go. Hold on. I don't know why this makes me laugh so hard, but I feel like these two people are comparable.
All right, here we go. She's loading it up now.
It's loaded.
And we're putting up.
Okay. Do you even know who the two people are?
I know who's on the right. That's Margie Taylor Greene out of Georgia.
And on the left is Aileen Wuornos, convicted serial killer.
Is that who Charlize Theron played in a movie or no?
Yes, she played it in the movie Monster.
Okay.
So I don't want you to answer yet because I'm really hoping people will chime in because technically they're both blondes.
I mean, technically?
Yes, one is more physically attractive in the facial area. However, both of them are horrible people.
Now, are you saying in terms of just that picture?
I'm pretty sure Eileen's never seen a great day in front of the mirror.
You couldn't find a great picture of Aileen. Is she a serial murderer? I don't know the story behind her. I just know that was somebody Charlize Theron played.
She's a serial killer. Yes.
A serial killer.
Or Margie Taylor Greene.
And this is a who would you do?
Okay, but I don't want you to answer yet because I want to give people time. And while we're waiting for people to like weigh in on who Brian would pick, because Brian's got to pick one of them. Dwayne says that now we need to get a GoFundMe going for a new chair and new intro music. Yeah, I agree. Brian, new chairs aren't that expensive. I feel like you should get a new chair.
I need to get a new chair. A friend of mine is sitting on a spare, like, it's like one of the top chairs that you can get. And I'm trying to work out a deal with them. It's like a $2,000 chair. I know.
Tell me the name. Is it one of those like, no, not Edison. Is it Edison chair? No. What are those? What is the crazy ones?
I don't know. I've got his text up right here. I'm looking. I don't know the name of the chair. I know that he has two, one of which he's not using. And I'm trying to work out a swap of a deal to get that chair because they're supposed to be the top office chair.
What would you swap him?
Sexual favors? I don't know. I mean, at this point, I need a chair for kind of a big, hefty guy too. Like
maybe he needs some houseplant cuttings.
No, he's the type of friend that's not going to cut you any kind of deal or slack or whatever. I shouldn't say that. He's a good guy. But yeah, so he's got a chair, doesn't use it. It's brand new, basically. And I pitched him the other day because I'm like, I'm in desperate need of a chair. I can't do this because I just, as I sit here, I can feel the air, the gas in the thing just escaping. And then you know how the chair, it has a gas canister or whatever to keep you up and to go up and down.
It would be really funny. I'd like to just like watch you go.
Well, and you can tell because I start out, my top of my head's above the screen, and then I'm slowly kind of even going below you now.
Well, I'm just so proud of you that like you're no longer like this.
You used to make fun of me, and it was so burned into my, like I was always self-conscious of that.
I have the hardest time with people on Instagram. Like I don't understand. Like, why, when you're recording a story, why are you holding the phone like this close to your face? Like just step back a little bit. Step back a little bit. Okay, so far, for the comments on Instagram, Danielle from Gaston Gardening says, "Oh my God, I'm dying. This one is so good, but Charlize isn't an option." No, we know it's got to be actually Aileen. And Allison thought I was going to give you Sarah Palin. Allison, don't think I didn't think about Sarah Palin, but I'm like, who do I give him Sarah Palin with? Like, Sarah Palin is not like super awful, but both of these are like.
Well, remember, the game we're playing is who would you do? It's not who are you going to marry, who are you going to draft bills with.
Right, but you also have to live with knowing that you did that person.
You're talking to a guy. I think a lot of us guys can live with a lot of stuff.
I guess
a lot of stuff.
I think it's very different for women. I almost feel like you and Greg need to play this game because then it would have two guys' perspectives. Because like I'm factoring in voices, like
I can't play a game like this with a better looking guy. I just can't. Because it makes me feel really inadequate. It really does.
Well, I think you should just do some like frosted tips for your next live with Greg.
I mean, I know I have it because I just saw it the other day. I was going to say I'll have to try to find it and then hopefully you'll never mention it again.
I mean, I dare you to put some frosted tips in your beard and just like a little right here.
It's frosted now. It's just white tips.
Okay, but do it. It'd be so funny, Brian. Just do it. You can just shave it off.
I'm actually, I told Amy, I was like, I am thinking about growing my hair out again, like one last time before I can't. I'm very fortunate that I'm a hairy. I'm going to say I'm a hairy guy. I'm really not. Like from the neck up, I seem like a hairy guy, but I'm so smooth everywhere else, which I'm sure nobody really wants to know that.
Well, like, hold on. Have we ever seen you on socials with long hair?
I've always had short hair since, I haven't had long hair since like 2000.
Okay. So it's just we used to see you without a beard, but we've never seen you with long hair. Do it.
You know that the Johnny Depp with the hair that's a little bit long and just you pull it back. Mm-hmm. It was that, and then it was some little light streaks of maybe blonde it looked good. I thought I was hot. Okay, well,
I have something I'm going to text you later. All right, you got to answer the question.
Is there a good picture of the serial killer? The serial killer part doesn't bother me.
I mean, no, that's not a good picture of her. She was like at truck stops. Like she didn't live an easy life. She lived a hard life. It shows in her face. This is probably the best we're going to get.
And did she kill women or did she kill men?
Oh, she killed men.
Oh, she killed men?
Yeah.
Did she kill men? Like, did she kill them? Like, in what manner? Like, while, like, intimately? Or just.
Well, I don't think they had heart attacks, if that's what you're asking.
I think if she cleaned up a little bit, she would look pretty good.
Nope. Okay, let me find another picture of her, okay?
Am I crazy?
Yeah, sort of.
Like, the way she looks now, she looks like she kind of just helped me move.
Help you move?
And I needed help moving.
Of, like, muscle?
Well, she just looks like, I think she could clean up and look pretty good. Okay. There's the serial killer part doesn't really bother me. So I just, before I make a decision, because that's probably the best that Margie Taylor Greene is going to look, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm giving you a new picture, and this is like, I feel like on par for like everything you can find on her.
Okay. Jesus.
It's not great, right?
You're not giving me a lot to work with or to fantasize about.
Well, there's not a lot to work with. But like if you can go to sleep at night knowing that like Margie Taylor Greene is on your tally list, like your headboard.
But we're simply talking who would you do?
I know, but you got to live with it.
It's a very superficial. Like, if you feel like you could have sex with Johnny Depp and live the rest of your life knowing that you had a one night stand with him.
Yeah, what's the problem with that? Why is that bad? Like, I would brag about that. Like, you're not going to brag about Marjorie.
What's most people say? I mean, is it like 50-50? I know this is probably 50-50 and everybody's like,
sorry. Oh my God. I love our friends on Instagram. Kira from Garden, New York, who, Brian, if you don't know her, oh, she's so fantastic. She's like, that's actually the best picture of her. And Danielle from
of the killer or Marjorie?
Of the killer. And then Danielle writes, I'd go with the murderer, no question. And Kira says, team murderer here too. Sorry.
We're comparing apples to oranges of physical looks here, and this is a very superficial game of who would I do. And I think there is potential here because we're seeing Margie Taylor Greene in the best she's going to look,
right?
Like, cleaned up and whatever features that she has that are whatever that's there. So I can be like, okay, that's. On the other hand, I've got the serial murderer, of which these are all just terrible pictures.
Okay, let me put back up the side by side because Aileen should not be. Ugh, that's just too much, Aileen. I really like this share screen thing. I'm so excited about it. And did you know that no longer on Instagram Lives can you share a picture?
What do you mean?
Like, I tried to do an Instagram Live and share a picture of the plant I was going to grow,
yeah.
And it won't let you share a photo in your live anymore.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Instagram keeps taking away functionalities that people actually use, like guides and showing a picture in a live, and replacing it with things that no one cares about.
When I started getting the warnings every time I was trying to post that my caption is basically has been reported so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I that may have been the nail in the coffin for me. I can turn my back on an account like that and not worry about it.
I know. I don't know how you do it, but you do it.
Do you have that picture? There it is right there. Okay. So I'm going to make a decision.
I mean, her teeth are so white. It's disturbing.
This is a hard one. This is a hard one. I'm seeing Marjorie at her best. Like, I'm like, okay, this is who I would have a little romp with at night.
And Brian, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did a whole Google search of images of Aileen Wuornos. This is the best one.
Did she not have like a TikTok account before all this happened, or like when did this all happen?
It's pre TikTok. But remember, like, I know you're a dude and you're going on looks, but you have to live with yourself.
If I make it out and she doesn't kill me, then I don't think it matters. This is all very much, it's a one night having fun. I think there is potential there. You said her name's Aileen?
Aileen Wuornos.
And it's not Charlize Theron I'm thinking of. Getting cleaned up.
Oh, Charlize did an amazing job. I think she won something for playing her. She looked pretty good like her, which is disturbing.
And if Charlize can play her, I think, okay, well, maybe if she gets cleaned up, we might be able to get her to look like Charlize a little bit. I'm going to go with Aileen.
I applaud that decision on so many levels.
I'm going to go with Aileen because on top of the physical part, I think physical part, this is a wash either way. I don't have a lot to work with the images that you found of her.
Don't be knocking my images. I worked hard on these.
No, you did. I mean, for our live and being kind of spur of the moment, I mean, this is really cool that you went through and put these on as visuals for everybody. But I think Aileen has something to where I'm like, if we cleaned her up a little bit, I think she would. I think the needle kind of tilts in a certain way.
I think it says something that it's like you're willing to like give her frosted tips and clean her up and wash her hair before you do Marjorie.
You know what? I would love to wash somebody's hair.
I don't want to delve into that. That's weird to me. I don't know.
I would totally be. Look, her name's Aileen, right? I mean, Aileen. I've got a friend that know from back in the day. He owns his own salon.
He'll give you frosted tips. Would you say, come on, Aileen, let's go get your hair done? I see.
It says, well, Dwayne's okay. So Dwayne, Aileen would definitely keep it interesting. Will she kill me when we're done or not? That's part of the erotic part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like garden themed, like praying mantis.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go Aileen.
I love it, and I respect you more.
I would spin the wheel and be like, let's go take a shower or a bath.
But let's do something with that greasy hair. And
then let's maybe, let's see what we have to put on. And then I may be like, hey, Amanda, I need you to send over some Bonanza or Caymus, a few bottles.
Or 7, yeah.
Or 7.
Yeah.
It's hard to, yeah.
Well, I mean, you gave me Michael Tyson or Michael Jackson. Physically,
Michael Tyson, yeah, okay.
With all the face tattoos.
Well, but Mike, I mean, he wasn't bad looking back.
Yes, he was. He's got like a childlike face. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say you had a lot of tough things. I think this is a game really slanted towards guys.
I know. Really, your only tough ones were like old Cyndi Lauper and Madonna, the foodie one, and serial killer or serial killer.
I mean, look at some of these other ones. Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera.
I almost gave you that one, but I was going to give you like Britney at her worst with like shaved head and Christina at her worst. Like, I wasn't going to give you hot Britney and hot Christina. That's ridiculous.
Oh, can you imagine though? I had.
Wait, you're both blondes. Who would you have picked?
Pete. Well, I had a thing for Britney.
Okay.
I did have a thing for Britney.
Was it a snake?
But I had a different thing for Christina. Like I do, like, Christina had that song "Dirty."
I knew you were going to come out with the boxing video "Dirty." Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. And like, you like the Britney snake, right? Yeah.
I mean, Britney is sexy in a different way than Christina is. Christina's a completely different set. Like, those nights would both be really fun, but completely a different night.
Yeah, you'd have to worry that. I feel like you'd have to worry that Britney might kill you.
Yeah, I think I'd have a good time with her. Yeah, I'm looking through all these the women on here, and it's like, this is so much more fun for a guy to go through because there's really no losing.
I don't know. I feel like the last one I made you pick, you're just a loser no matter what.
Well, yeah. So the one you gave me was a loser there.
I feel like I beat the box. I beat the game. Like, I came up with the best one ever.
You came up with great ones.
Well, no, this one specifically.
This one, yes. This was a good one.
Thank you.
This was a good one. That was hard. And for a guy, I don't think we really care if they're a killer.
Yeah, I don't think you do either. Dwayne definitely doesn't. But listen, Dwayne said a dark room and 2 paper bags. Does that mean he thinks you need to wear a paper bag also?
That could very well be true.
Ouch. Okay.
That could very well be true. Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne. Well, I don't care. That's awesome, Dwayne. Good job.
Well, this was fun. So I thought we did a good job with the wine. I'm glad that I'm just so excited. You got Caymus. Did you finish it, or do you have a little bit left? Where's the video camera? Got that. There we go. I got that much left. Oh,
I'll let husband try it before I finish it.
Husband should get that last bottle of the Caymus. I'm glad we did the Bonanza. I think unfortunately for Bonanza, I think Caymus sets the bar a little high, and then you come in with Bonanza and you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think the TikTok guy, he was trying, but I don't think they don't compare. But like, if you don't ever taste the Caymus, you'll probably like Bonanza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be the angle they were going for. So I had a blast.
Me too.
I think there's a lot more of this that we can do on another show. And I think we should try to push it even more to like the hardest things to think of.
I like the challenge. I'm up for it for sure. I kind of feel like Greg would be fun to do this with also. And maybe Anna. I'm trying to think who would actually do it, right? Like who would actually be willing to do it?
Not only do it, but they have to explain. Like you and I not only chose, like we didn't pass on any one, which again,
you're not allowed to.
Well, yeah, but you've been around people that don't play these games right. That'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna pick.
They have to be willing to play. They got to be willing to play.
They have to be willing to play. They have to pick, and then we both explained our picks too.
Yeah. Whether
it made us look good or not.
Well, I don't think either of us came off looking good in this, but that's okay.
Well, but that's the fun part of it. So
exactly.
Amanda, thank you for hanging out again on a Thursday night. We only went over by 51 minutes.
That sounds about right.
And I say we think of another thing. I kind of like pairing up like two different, like the wine tasting while we're doing like a game or something. That's always kind of fun.
I agree. We really actually should do this more often, just like as fun. And it doesn't even have to have like a theme or like creativity done ahead of time.
It doesn't have to be an extra job. Like you've already got like with your gardening stuff and maintaining all that stuff. That's like, sometimes I think it's a chore and I don't want things like this to be a chore for you. So I felt bad that you're like, well, I'm going to put together some slides or whatever. I'm like,
No. This is not a chore ever.
Well, good.
It will never be a chore ever.
Good. All right, we are done with the live. Everybody, thanks for joining us. And go check out Amanda, the Ever Hopeful Gardener, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think those are the main ones that you're on. And we will see you guys next time. Who knows when that'll be? It may be spur of the moment.